Alright everyone, let's talk about something huge, something that millions of people have been waiting for years. As of today, September 19th, 2025, we are just 11 days away from what could be one of the most significant events in the history of cryptocurrency. Mark your calendars for September 30th, the day the Pi network is scheduled to launch its open mainnet. This isn't just another coin dropping, this is the culmination of a massive global experiment in decentralized currency. For years, people have been tapping a button on their phones, accumulating Pi coins and wondering when or if it would all become real. Well, that moment is almost here, and the excitement is absolutely electric. This is the final countdown. So what exactly is a mainnet? Think of it like this. For the past few years, the Pi network has been in a testing phase, like a video game in beta. You could play, you could rack up points, or Pi coins, but you couldn't really do anything with them outside of that closed system. The mainnet is the full public release of the game. It's when the network goes live on the blockchain, becoming a real, functioning cryptocurrency network. It's the moment the training wheels come off. The network becomes open and decentralized, allowing real transactions, allowing development of apps, allowing connection to other crypto exchanges and services. This is the transition from a promise to a reality. The anticipation building up to September 30th is unlike anything I've seen for a crypto project. We're talking about a community of tens of millions of users spread across virtually every country on the planet, and it all starts in just 11 days. The story so far. To really understand the gravity of the upcoming mainnet launch, you need to understand where the Pi network came from. It all started back in 2019 with a simple but revolutionary idea from a team of Stanford PhDs. Their goal was to create a cryptocurrency that anyone could mine from their phone without draining their battery or needing expensive hardware. This was a direct challenge to the traditional crypto model, which had become increasingly concentrated in the hands of those with powerful mining rigs. The vision was clear. Build a crypto for the people, by the people. They wanted to make digital currency as easy to access as a social media app. The project began with a white paper and a simple mobile app. Users, referred to as pioneers, could download the app and start mining Pi by simply tapping a button once every 24 hours. This wasn't true mining like Bitcoin. It was a way to distribute the new currency widely among early adopters, rewarding commitment and helping secure the network. The team said from the start this was long-term. Roadmap phase, development, roadmap phase, testnet, roadmap phase, enclosed mainnet. The stage we're in now, before the big launch. The growth of the Pi community has been explosive, from a small group of early believers to a global phenomenon. Today Pi boasts one of the largest crypto communities. Pioneers are in over 230 countries. Section 3. The Journey to Mainnet. Milestones on the road to September 30th. The road to the open mainnet has been a long and carefully planned marathon, not a sprint. Timeline. 2019. Launch testnet, enclosed mainnet, open mainnet. September 30th, 2025. Highlighted. The Pi Core team was methodical, hitting key milestones that were crucial for building the foundation of what's to come. After the initial launch in 2019, and the rapid growth phase, the first major step was the launch of the Pi testnet. This was a critical phase where developers could experiment with the Pi blockchain, build and test applications, called Pi apps, and ensure the network's underlying technology was stable and scalable. It allowed for transactions using TestPi, a valueless token that simulated how the real network would operate without any financial risk. Following the successful testnet phase, the next giant leap was the launch of the enclosed mainnet in December 2021. This was a very clever and unique stage in the project's evolution. The mainnet blockchain was live, but it was protected by a firewall that prevented any external connectivity. This meant that transactions could happen between pioneers within the Pi ecosystem, but Pi could not be connected to other blockchains or listed on exchanges. September 30th isn't a random date, it's the destination they have been meticulously navigating toward for over 5 years. For the past few years, the Pi network has operated within what is called the enclosed network period. This has been a source of both strength and frustration for the community. On one hand, it was a brilliant strategy to protect the budding ecosystem from the wild volatility and speculation of the open crypto market. It allowed developers to build apps and for pioneers to test transactions in a controlled environment. The focus was on creating real utility, marketplaces, game social apps where Pi could be used as a medium of exchange. The goal was to give Pi intrinsic value based on its usefulness before it ever had a market price. This insulated the project from pump-and-dump schemes. However, the enclosed nature also meant Pi coins mined by millions were, for all practical purposes, locked up. You couldn't send your Pi to an external wallet. You couldn't trade it on Binance. You couldn't trade it on Coinbase. You couldn't cash it out for dollars, euros, or any other fiat currency. Its value was confined to the internal Pi ecosystem. The firewall that once protected the network was becoming a barrier to growth. The training wheels that helped it learn to ride were now holding it back from entering the race. The dome is about to be lifted. So what actually happens on September 30th? The change is simple, but, honestly, pretty profound. The firewall around the Pi mainnet will be removed. This single action unleashes a torrent of new possibilities. Pi network logo at the center with arrows pointing outwards to exchanges, external wallets, e-commerce stores, and other blockchains. The Pi blockchain, which has been operating in isolation, will finally be able to connect to other blockchains and the wider internet. This is the moment the open network period officially begins. It's like a country that has been closed off from the world suddenly opening its borders for trade travel communication. The implications are massive for every single person holding Pi. For users, the most immediate and exciting change is the freedom to do what they want with their Pi coins. Once the mainnet is open, pioneers will be able to move their verified Pi to external wallets. This means you can hold your Pi in a non-custodial wallet of your choice, giving you full control over your private keys and your assets. More importantly, it opens the door for Pi to be listed on global cryptocurrency exchanges. This is the event everyone has been waiting for, as it will allow Pi to have a public market price determined by supply and demand. You'll be able to trade Pi for other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, or for fiat currencies like the US dollar. This is the question on every pioneer's mind: what happens to all the Pi I've mined on my phone? How do I get it? The process is secure and straightforward. First, you must complete KYC verification. KYC is non-negotiable. It verifies real people. Once KYC is done, you'll be prompted to create a Pi wallet in the Pi browser. Your mobile mine balance will be transferred there. This transfer is called the mainnet migration. Many users already migrated during enclosed mainnet. Their balances moved to Pi wallets on mainnet, with a time lock on part of it. Pioneers could lock a percentage for up to 3 years in exchange for a higher mining rate. That encouraged long-term holding and avoided a big sell-off. On September 30th, any unlocked Pi becomes fully liquid and transferable. Locked Pi unlocks as your chosen lockup periods expire. After open mainnet, you control your unlocked Pi. Option: hold it in your Pi wallet. Option: use it in the Pi ecosystem like PiChain Mall. Option: transfer it to an exchange once listed. To transfer, get a Pi deposit address from an exchange. Example exchanges: Binance, Kraken. Be safe. Your Pi wallet is protected by a passphrase. Never share your passphrase. The Pi core team will never ask for it. The launch of the Pi Open Mainnet is not just a big deal for pioneers, it has the potential to send significant ripples across the entire cryptocurrency landscape. First and foremost, it challenges the conventional wisdom about how to build a crypto community. Most projects launch a token and then try to attract users. Pi did the exact opposite. It built a massive global community first, and is now launching the token to them. If Pi achieves a stable and meaningful value, it will validate this community-first approach as a viable new model for launching crypto projects, potentially changing how new networks are bootstrapped in the future. For the broader crypto market, the introduction of tens of millions of new crypto-literate users could be a massive catalyst for adoption. Many pioneers are new to crypto, and Pi was their first introduction to the space. As they learn to use wallets, make transactions, and interact with exchanges, they will naturally explore other areas of the digital asset world. This could lead to a huge influx of new participants and capital into the wider crypto economy. Instead of crypto being a niche interest, Pi could act as a bridge, bringing blockchain technology to the masses in a way that no project has managed to do before. This is a win for the entire industry. Furthermore, Pi's focus on utility and real-world use cases from day one sets it apart. While much of the crypto world is still focused on speculative trading and complex DeFi protocols, Pi has fostered an ecosystem of simple, practical applications. But the potential upside is enormous. We are standing at the edge of a truly historic moment. For years, the Pi network has been a promise of vision shared by a community of millions who clicked a button on their phones every day driven by faith in a more accessible financial future. They weathered the skepticism, the delays, and the long wait. Now in just 11 days that patience is set to be rewarded. The launch of the Open Mainnet on September 30th is the moment this grand experiment goes live. It's the culmination of years building, testing, growing, and the beginning of an entirely new era for cryptocurrency. This isn't just about potential financial gain, it's about being part of a movement. The Pi network represents a fundamental shift in how value is created and distributed. It empowers the individual over the institution, it prioritizes community over capital, it aims to build a currency for everyone, not just a select few. Whether Pi reaches $1, $10, $100 is something the market will decide. But its true value might be measured in the number of lives it changes, and the new possibilities it unlocks for global commerce and connection.